All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. Now, after reeling off 4 consecutive victories, the New York Giants have now lost their last 3 contests. The Giants lost today to the Baltimore Ravens by the score of 27-13, and now that drops New York's record to 5-10. It also marks their 4th consecutive season in which they've lost 10 games. And if you want to get technical, it's the 6th time in the last 7 years that the Giants are going to finish with double-digit losses. The Giants are still alive in the NFC East race if Washington falls today to the Carolina Panthers, and Washington is losing at home against Carolina as we speak. But honestly, I think it would be better for the Giants to not worry about the division title at this point and just get a higher draft pick in order to build up this team. Because for the sake of argument, if the Giants got to the postseason the way that they're playing right now, what are they going to do besides be first-round cannon fodder, arguably for a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? The Giants are not good offensively, and you look at it coming into week number 16, the Giants were 31st in the NFL in total offense, 29th in passing. You have a young quarterback in Daniel Jones, who I really do not believe is the future for this franchise. He was sacked 6 more times today. He lacks pocket presence. He lacks the ability to be consistently accurate in the pocket. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. When you are a quarterback and the best thing that you can do is run with the football, that is a problem. The Giants today were 1 for 10 offensively on 3rd down versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Giants have the defense to contend, but it's hard to go out there if you're the defense and consistently try to keep teams to 20 points or less when you don't have the offense to complement you. And we've seen that time in and time out again. The Giants are 5-10, and I said that before. But you look back to some of those close losses that they had earlier this season. If they had a better quarterback, we're talking about a team right now that is 8-7, 9-6, and they they definitely have clinched the NFC title at this point. I just don't see it from Daniel Jones, and I know that I'm not going out there to say that, well, you know what, he has to show that he's the next coming of Joe Montana. No, he's only in his 2nd year, but you don't see enough flashes from him that will enthuse you to say, you know what, this kid has the ability to go out there and get it done. Now, Giants head coach Joe Judge has publicly committed to Daniel Jones, but honestly, I think the Giants need to evaluate everything, including the quarterback position, heading into 2021. The Giants need more playmakers on offense, and everything starts on offense. But make no mistake about it, the mess that we have consistently seen from this Giants team falls into the lap of general manager Dave Gettleman. You're talking about, on Gettleman's watch now, the Giants are 14-33, which is one of the worst marks in the NFL over that stretch. It's a situation, I think, that this organization does believe in Joe Judge being the head coach to get things turned around, but Dave Gettleman is definitely not the general manager. I think this past offseason was his best offseason as far as bringing in veteran talent like Blake Martinez, Logan Ryan, and James Bradbury on the defensive side of the ball. But you look at so many of his misses in the first round of the NFL draft, and it starts with quarterback Daniel Jones. And like I've said before, when you are picking that early in the draft, you have to find home runs and not guys that you're going to consistently question. Dave Gettleman's big thing was the hog mollies in the offensive line. The Giants have not been great on the offensive line as well. And I think now is the time for a new thinker to come into that position. You look at the Giants historically in regards to their franchise, they typically hire and promote from within. So if they are finally deciding that it's time to walk away from Gettleman, who do they bring in? You know, we'll have to wait and see to operate this Giants front office. Obviously, that person that comes in will have to stick with Joe Judge as his head coach, and they got to get on the same page and try to get things turned around. Make no mistake about it. The Giants are going to give maximum effort at home next season, regardless if they still have a chance to win the division or not versus the Dallas Cowboys. That's the type of coach that Joe Judge is. He's finding out the guys that are right for his system going forward, and I think he is definitely the guy at the head coach position to get things turned around for the Giants. This is going to be a very important offseason for Big Blue, and it starts at the top with co-owner John Mara. And it's a situation he has to reassess the GM position. That is the first thing. How committed are they going to be to Daniel Jones at quarterback? Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. To me, Daniel Jones is the second coming of Dave Brown. And if anybody remembers Dave Brown as a Giants starting quarterback during the 1990s, it was not pretty. The Giants are hopeful to have a healthy Saquon Barkley back at running back next season. They've got to continue to work on the offensive line. They need more explosion at the wide receiver position. And, what do they do with Leonard Williams? They franchised him last year. He is having his best season in the NFL, and he is going to look for that big-time contract on the open market, whether it comes from the Giants or somebody else. And at this point, the Giants really can't afford to lose him. The Giants are improving at linebacker, middle linebacker with leadership. And I think overall, the Giants do have better leadership on the defensive side of the football with the likes of Blake Martinez, bringing in a Logan Ryan, now signing Logan Ryan to a 3-year extension. Those are the leadership guys. You look at the play of Jabril Peppers, he's gotten better. It was a lost season for rookie safety Xavier McKinney out of Alabama. But it's a situation, he's on the field now. He's getting some experience. He's getting some reps. So that's going to be important for him heading into 2021. But I don't think Dave Gettleman should be the general manager for this club in a couple of weeks. So it's going to be important to see what direction the Giants go in that position in the offseason. Gettleman has had his time. He's got to go. And honestly, I think he sealed his fate by taking Daniel Jones so high in the NFL draft. The Giants did show some flashes and show some signs of improvement, but obviously it's not enough. Joe Judge is in the process of changing the culture there, but I think their loss today just showed how much talent this team lacks to really, be a postseason team. They've still got a lot of work ahead of them. 4 straight 10-loss seasons is not good. Joe Judge has started to change the culture there. He's got to continue. But you know what? At the end of the day, this was a tough one for the Giants. Baltimore had their number. They got to go out there and finish strong against Dallas next week. So we got to see what Big Blue is going to do at home in their regular season finale. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to thank all of the subscribers out there. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.